Mesothelioma is a rare and aggressive form of cancer caused by exposure to asbestos. For many patients and their families, pursuing a lawsuit is not only about seeking justice, but also about securing financial compensation to cover medical expenses, lost income, and other damages. One of the most common questions people have when considering legal action is, how long will the process take? The answer isn't always simple, as the timeline for mesothelioma lawsuits can vary greatly depending on several factors. In this video, we'll explore those factors, break down the typical timelines, and give you a realistic idea of what to expect. First, let's address the most important point. Courts often prioritize mesothelioma cases because of the severity of the disease. Many states have rules in place that allow these cases to be fast-tracked. This means they can move through the legal system much faster than standard personal injury claims. That said, the exact duration still depends on whether the case is settled out of court or goes to trial. In the majority of cases, mesothelioma lawsuits are resolved through settlements before they ever reach trial. These settlements can sometimes be reached in as little as 6 to 12 months after the lawsuit is filed. This is because most defendants, often asbestos manufacturers or companies that used asbestos, prefer to avoid the risks and publicity of a trial. Settling early can save time, money, and emotional strain for both sides. However, not every case moves that quickly. If a defendant disputes liability or the amount of compensation, the case may take longer. When a mesothelioma lawsuit proceeds to trial, the timeline can extend significantly. It's not uncommon for trial cases to take 12 to 24 months, and in some situations, even longer. The trial itself may only last a few weeks, but the preparation, discovery process, expert witness testimonies, and potential appeals can add months or even years to the process. The number of defendants also plays a big role in how long the case takes. Mesothelioma lawsuits often involve multiple companies, especially if a patient was exposed to asbestos in different workplaces or from different products. Each defendant has their own legal team, their own evidence to review, and their own negotiation strategy. The more defendants involved, the longer the legal process can take. Another factor is the state in which the lawsuit is filed. Some states have specialized asbestos courts or dockets that are designed to handle these cases more efficiently. Others may have a backlog of cases that slows the process down. The specific laws in each state regarding statutes of limitations and trial procedures also affect the timeline. The health condition of the plaintiff can also impact the speed of the lawsuit. Courts recognize that mesothelioma is a fast-progressing disease, and if the plaintiff is seriously ill, their case may be expedited. Judges can schedule earlier hearings or shorten deadlines to ensure the plaintiff can participate in the process and, hopefully, see a resolution during their lifetime. In cases where the mesothelioma patient has passed away before or during the lawsuit, the family can file or continue the case as a wrongful death claim. These claims follow a similar process but can sometimes take longer, often 1 to 2 years, depending on the complexity of the evidence and the willingness of the defendants to settle. It's important to remember that while settlements are usually faster, they may not always offer the highest possible compensation. Some families choose to go to trial in hopes of receiving a larger award, even if it means waiting longer for a resolution. On the other hand, a well-negotiated settlement can provide financial relief much sooner, which is crucial when facing medical bills and ongoing expenses. Another aspect to consider is the appeals process. Even after a verdict is reached, the losing side can file an appeal, which can delay payment for months or even years. Appeals are more common in trial verdicts than settlements, and they add another layer of uncertainty to the timeline. Attorneys who specialize in mesothelioma cases understand the urgency of these situations. They often work to gather evidence quickly, identify the most responsible defendants, and push for early settlement negotiations. Many also work on a contingency fee basis, meaning they don't get paid unless the client wins or settles the case, which can be a relief for families concerned about upfront legal costs. So, how long do mesothelioma lawsuits take? The short answer is that settlements can take as little as 6 to 12 months, while cases that go to trial may take 1 to 2 years or more. The exact timing depends on state laws, the number of defendants, the complexity of the case, and the health of the plaintiff. If you or a loved one is considering filing a mesothelioma lawsuit, it's important to consult with an experienced asbestos attorney as soon as possible. The sooner the legal process begins, the better the chances of securing a timely resolution. While no one can predict the exact length of your case, understanding the factors that affect the timeline can help you prepare for the road ahead. Pursuing a mesothelioma lawsuit is about more than just compensation. It's about holding responsible parties accountable and ensuring that victims and their families have the financial support they need. Whether your case settles in a matter of months or takes a couple of years, having the right legal guidance can make all the difference in achieving a fair outcome. In the end, knowing what to expect in terms of timing can help you make informed decisions and reduce some of the stress during what is already a challenging time. While each case is unique, being prepared and choosing the right legal team can give you the best chance at a faster, fairer resolution.